Hello, fellow stationeers. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 33 of Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. I could print up the nitrogen filters too, but I'm not adding any nitrogen right now, so I don't need to. I decided my nitrogen amount is fine. I'm actually going to be adding to my nitrogen tank, so I want there to be overhead. I'm adding to the nitro tank because the 3 cells here, 1, 2, and 3, are going to be vacuumed out. So I need some extra room in the nitro tank so it doesn't explode. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is to set up the logic for when the active vent up top fires up. So let's do that. That would be input output. What is it? I/O, 2 logic IOs, a memory, and a processor. I also have to keep in mind that the normal cables are pretty flammable. They will not survive in the chamber. Oh, hey, iron. So if I'm running these cables out to this heavy cable here, might want to be replaced with a non-heavy to save on... Yeah, no. I don't know. No, I'm gonna have a hybrid of doing both. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hybrid of doing both. Okay. I could reroute this so that these heavy cables never run in here, but I don't think I want to do it that way. Ah, crap, that intersects something. Do I want to add some additional intelligence, like don't pull hot air outside? No, I'm not adding anything like that. This is Mark 1 automated furnace, not Mark Infinity. I'm gonna build it so that I'm gonna build it to spec so that it does the bare minimum of what I want it to do and nothing more, because I don't want it to do any more. Because I could be at this for the next 5 streams adding nice to have features, and that's a super freaking waste of my time. If all I really want is alloys, I just want it to make alloys. Alright, where's that stupid cable? This is just an alloy maker. It's not like a one button touch perfect everything do, you know, it. There's going to be manual labor involved to cut out automation that is unnecessary. Because the massive automation of a system is ultimately usually unnecessary. There we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. So I will not be like setting this up with a lot of bells and whistles, because I don't want it that way. All right, so this cable here is going to have to be separated from all the other heater cables because it's not entirely going to be heavy watt. It's going to be light watt too. Yeah, the gas from the room and the gas from the furnace is separate because the absolute explosion that Waspaloy would cause in the base. That and the amount of joules it would take to change the temperature of such a volume of gas would be ridiculous. It's actually a matter of physics as much as anything else. Of thermodynamics. I don't want to make a furnace that is thermodynamically stupid. So if I had a massive amount of air in the let's call it the housing room, it would just be even harder to change the temperature on demand. Yeah. So one of the big things I want to do is to move the giant station battery. This one. I am going to be adding more batteries in the basement, and this giant station battery, even though it's fully charged, is coming down with me. The furnace here is going to require a lot of power, so I'm going to do 4 batteries. I'm going to do 4 batteries because I think we're going to need at least 4 batteries. 4 of those large batteries, which means that this cable here is going to have to run down into the basement from the power line. Yeah, the furnace requires just a truly absurd amount of power. So I'm just going to get a truly absurd amount of power to it. And if I set the batteries up now, I get to start charging them early, which is pretty crucial. So I'm going to drop the power from here. And that I should be able to pick up. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Great. It's yeah, I really don't want it there. But I'll move the other cables. It's fine. Because obviously these two networks cannot, should not, will not mix. As it would burn out. Alright, so this is the cable, which comes straight from, this comes straight from the wind turbines and solar panels. And I'm going to set up my batteries sort of on frames in here. So let's get some frames, shall we? And to free up some inventory space, I'm just going to slap these readers. This isn't where they're going to be. I'm just slapping them on so that I can have more backpack space back. But that's going to be the logic for the intakes. And then they're on an area power controller, so I can turn off all of it immediately in one switch when I want to. That's why I'm not adding any additional like AI for the intakes, because once I want the entire system off, there's just a single switch that I can flip to turn the entire system off, which is this one. Okay, so let's go and get 4 frames, probably something like that. I'm going to still make them with iron, even though we have a lot of steel. So where's my iron? Just because steel, even though we've set up a way to make steel pretty easily, it's still annoying. Yeah, I could charge my batteries down there, as well, if I wanted to. So here, Eventually, all of this will be floored, but we're not there yet. Come on. All right, so I have to put the frames down, even though they're invisible, because the batteries can only be put on frames. Some items require frames. I might as well weld them shut. Sheet. So I'll make 8 sheets. Does the volume of the heatsink change based upon the number of pipes? Yes, it does. More pipes equals greater volume. I don't know where I want them all, but let's get them made. All right, large station. What is battery? Kit large. 35 steel apiece. Pricey, but spicy. And we're gonna run out of gold after making one of these. And the sun is going down. Oh, good. Yeah, that's totally where I want my station large. I'll probably want a, just given how many batteries I'll have, I'll also almost certainly want a large transformer. But I don't think that this system should be able to draw more than 100. Very, very, very unlikely that it would be able to do that. Shush. But I do want to set up these cables now so that these batteries start charging. So when I do want to use the furnace, I have nice full batteries. Jetpack's fine. You're strangling the bagpipe? Here, I'll change the song for you if you want. You're watching Birth of a Hive? Malik Kala. Well, your name in Greek is a little offensive. I was gonna say it, but I don't think I should be cussing in Greek either. This is technically a family-friendly stream, and I happen to know my Greek swears. So but I'm glad you're liking Birth of a Hive. There we go. So that's charging. Of course, now you guys are gonna make me say other swears that I don't even know about. And this one's charging. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, this isn't even music, so skip that one. How to do transformers for your wind plants? Viper, I know you like Frosted Fire because you comment on that constantly. I appreciate the support. It was a lot of effort to make those mods. Make the mod. You're Icelandic, and your name... It's fine. It's actually not truly a Greek swear. It's the first, like, 7 letters is a Greek swear. which is a very common one. It means like, again, I don't want to cuss, so. It's just I was reading your name and I was like, wait a minute, that's a Greek, that's like the most common Greek cuss word that people use to, you know, insult one another. But because, but if Twitch doesn't care, you know, you're in the clear, I guess. So I'm out here trying to find gold. And it's really dark now. I like how if I jump, I get some sun back. Reminds me of that XKCD, was it a comic or the how-to? Which was like, if you had a crane, you could see 2 sunsets. Something along those lines. Oh, bye-bye Yoda. That's not gold. Game, why are you telling me it's gold? It ain't. It's silver. Once I have the advanced furnace, I'll be able to get the lenses to scan for materials much more easily. Not that Venus really needs it. Venus is so lush. So I need at least 60 gold for the 2 other batteries that I wanted. That's silver. Go away, silver. I don't want electrum. There's like almost no use for silver outside of electrum. I think there's like 2 items that requires actual silver. I believe the same is true for lead. Like the heavy suit, the hard suits require lead, and like nothing else but solder. Which I do find a little strange. A bit of an oversight of game design. Maybe. Yeah, I could set my jetpack down to 40 thrust instead of 100. On the other hand, Venus is, what, like 9/10 Earth gravity? It's the most... correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the highest gravity of all the planets, right? Which means that you cut in your... whoa! Captain Nemo. Well, there goes my chat. Just filled up with all the gifted subs. Thank you. Super alloys need a bunch of lead and silver. Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Wow, look at all that. Thank you, matey. That's awesome. Been lurking too many years not to do that? I appreciate it. That's the stimulus check, isn't it? Want to hear something crazy? I actually only just, like, a few weeks ago got my first stimulus check. You know, the original 600 or whatever it was. Just a few weeks ago. I thought, like, honestly, it was just never coming. And I absolutely deplore being on the phone with IRS. I've been on the phone with the IRS for like 20 hours last year, maybe more, and got nothing done. They owe me money. They overtaxed me on some things, and I can't get them to pay me, so. You wish you got stimulus checks in Australia? Yeah, although, you know, you guys might not be doing as rough as we are. I don't know. I'm not an economist. All I know is here in America, unemployment, homelessness, starvation, poverty line, it's all real bad. No good news coming out of our economy. I mean, it's bouncing back with the new stimulus package, but for people that are like at risk losing their homes, $1,400 is not that much money. It's a month of rent for, or less, depending on the cities you live in. We're gonna go for a little bit more gold, and this time I'm gonna remember how much gold I'm actually trying to arc furnace, because last time I blamed the game for losing my gold, but Yeah, it's easy to forget about the massive wildfires you guys had, just because 2020 was such a crazy year for everybody. But yeah, the wildfires that Australia had were pretty crippling. I'm not looking forward to. I mean, I hope that. To me, global warming is not a political issue. It's just science. It's like how gravity is not a political issue. It's just science. So I don't tend to talk about politics on stream. So I can say, like, the stimulus money has been helpful. That's not me trying to be political. That's just like, it's nice to have money in your pocket. Like, that's a pretty apolitical statement, I hope. Unless, of course, you're, you know, your comrade and yeah, never mind. But I don't know where I was anymore. Let's get off this rant spelled with an H.
Filter low.
Yeah, there goes my filter. Climate change is political. I mean, you can make it political. The Earth doesn't care if you believe in it or not. It's like you can say that you know, gravity is political. You can politicize it, or even better, COVID, right? You can politicize COVID. At the end of the day, it exists whether you believe it in or not. You can close your eyes and say that it is the boogeyman, or it's caused by 5G, or caused by Jewish space lasers or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's gonna kill you all the same, right? Like, you're gonna spread it whether you believe it or not. So that's why I don't really find it political, because viruses and climate change doesn't really, it's not going to be changed whether you vote red or blue in America. You know, the whole Earth is affected. It's even beyond our species. You know, the climate change kills more people than COVID ever have. The amount of people that die due to greenhouse gases being emitted by human industries is far higher than the people we even lose to COVID. It's just a problem that's easy to ignore because it tends to hit developing nations more than developed ones. And, you know, people don't care about death as much when it's not their own direct neighbors. As sort of grim as that sounds, it's kind of true. You know, I remember a long time ago that there was a study about how many people have to die to make the news, and it's regional, right? It's like here in America, because the study was about America. It was like, you know, it's like, oh, you need 3 people to die in America, you need 5 Europeans, you need like 15 Asians, and then you need like 25 people in Africa. Like, that was, I'm making those numbers up, but that's basically what the study concluded. Thereabouts. That basically there was a minimum threshold of a certain amount of victims to some sort of crime or catastrophe in order to make it onto the news, you know, here in America. It's just, yeah, it does depend on the news channel, sure, yes. But that was, I think this was for, it was a study based upon the Associated Press or something like that. It was not so much a news channel. I think it was written media. Again, you'd have to Google it, because this was some study I read like 10 years ago. I'm drawing from like pretty distant knowledge here, but it was something like that. Oh boy, am I lost? Anyone see a base? Hold on, let me dim my lights. But yeah, for me, that looks like a base over there. For me, stuff like COVID and global warming isn't really political. I mean, what to do about it is political, because of course, to affect change, governments need to act. It can't be on an individual basis. There needs to be regulations, both on COVID and, you know, climate change, but you know, it doesn't really matter what you believe in. You know, governments or not. Yeah, much the way it's like, yeah. I guess the easiest way for me to put it... Oh, am I bugged? Oh, come on. Seriously? Yeah, we could stop the politics talk, surely. Not necessary. And I shouldn't have started. I just don't even view it as a political thing. Much the way that, like, geometry isn't political, right? Surprising to no one, you know, it's not like... What is going on with this thing? Yoda's back, yeah. It got too cold. Yeah, I'll just stand out here and wait for it to heat up. Yeah, let me vent it out. And pull in ambient. There we go. I don't trust my arc furnace, plus gold takes forever to get through the thing. Lobo 13, I'm actually a OSHA certified inspector. I went through OSHA cert in my bachelor program in college, so yes, I'm technically certified to inspect facilities. OSHA is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. It's basically to keep workplaces safe for people, is the TLDR. To make sure that companies have safe work environments. It is definitely it's definitely a administration with very little teeth, but yeah. Is this just an OSHA proof stream? Heavens no. It is not. Alright, so all my gold is in there, and I'm just waiting for it to get hot enough outside for me to pull in air through the sect vent to heat up the gold enough to make it into an ingot. Which is at 3, it's right now. Nothing like Venus doing the cooking for you, right? Mwah. Venus gold is beautiful. You haven't tried Venus yet? It's fun. If you've tried Vulcan and Venus are pretty similar. Anyone know how big is Venus in game? It's the same size as all the like, as far as I know, chunk-wise, universe-wise, like everything's the same size. Oddly. All right, so I was doing big batteries, right? Kit large. Yep, that sounds right. You have 1,000 hours in this? Dang, that's more than I do. Oh, and now I'm out of copper. Am I legit out of... Yeah, I am legitimately out of copper. Well, this is going to be a slow project. But these big old batteries definitely started charging. Now the other issue is, of course, I got to be careful about how I wire them. Because I don't want them to... Don't want it to be like a feedback loop or whatever. So I'm gonna probably wire them up differently once I have them all constructed. I'll run a cable around to plug into the ends and then have all of these lead into the middle. Where I feed a cable that holds the power of all the batteries up the middle. Something like that. Look at the farm. I wonder how much oxygen I have. Oop, yep, still. Not gonna blow up. But still. Still a decent amount. Well, if I'm out of copper, that's gonna have to be for tomorrow's trip. I could go out there now. Given my oxygen tank, it would take a hit. I mean, I'd be breathing the same amount of oxygen. I would just cook myself. Let me cycle these. Oops, I didn't mean to put my waste tank in there. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. Let's see how much of a problem. Yeah, there's some CO2 in there now. Let's see. There's a way to deal with this, which would be to remove this pipe and have it all float. Oh, let me put the tablet away. All right. So now all of the CO2 is in this canister in the housing. Let's take the canister out and cycle it back. There, it's an empty can. And then the housing I can remove and replace, and then we're back to normal. Should be more careful. Oops, that's upside down. Oh, I'll just sit there. Just here. I'll put the pipe back first. That'll be a little easier. All right, so then this pipe should be empty. It is. And oxygen goes in. And let's pressurize it up to 5K. All right, fixed it. Yep, pure oxygen. Good. Music. Why'd you pause? So the remainder of my copper, I think I'm going to have be heavy cables, so that it's at least doing something. Oh, wow. This pressure regulator is taking a little while. All right, these batteries are charging up. Once I have the heavy cables to reroute it the way I want to reroute it, we'll get that done. I'll start laying out the cables now, though. Oops. Well, that's fine. Just do it like that. All right, so that's where the last battery is going to go. Star and Eco, have a good night. Cheers. Very strange music. I wouldn't really call this ambient music. It's not just that it's so strange, it's that it absolutely is not ambient. But it's fine. You have a small issue on Venus. You have a pressure regulator to get your base up to 115 kPa. You're filling it purely with CO2. You have 8 MPa of CO2 in storage. I don't know. It sounds like your back pressure and pressure regulators are just bugged or set up wrong to me. If you have the gas, it shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't be having the problems you're having. Because that's basically what I'm doing. I can show you my system for comparison. in just a second here. There. So now all these batteries are all tied in. This should be on, so it charges. Lots of power. So the way I've set mine up is probably pretty similar to yours. I want to be outside, but basically this is a back pressure regulator trying to pull air as soon as it's higher than 100, and it's hooked up to a passive vent with a pipe. This leads to the start of my filtration over here. It filters anything that it pulls, and then my pressure regulator is over here, set to 115, I believe. No, 150. The reason it's not getting up to 150 is the back pressure regulator is just pulling fast enough, I guess. Either that or these. No, the tanks are full. So yeah, I mean, you and I are doing the same sort of pressure regulation, back pressure regulation. So either something is not perfectly aligned, Kervik, or if you get a bug. The passive vent fill in the room says it's 115, but the grid square is only about 100. Huh. Now, this is also not ambient, but it's just like sad classical. Whatever. What temperature is this? It's probably not hot enough to do any smelting now. I can smelt like lead or solder, and that's it. But I'll probably end up doing just atmospheric smelting for copper and gold. Man, look at how ugly I left this. Ah. Oops. It would help if I didn't throw my drill. That doesn't look like copper to me. Yeah, it's silicon. Autosave is behaving nicely now. It failed me a little while ago. It failed me at 9:14 p.m. because I removed some frames I shouldn't have, and I did not have an autosave when I should have. It happens. Time which will live in infamy. It's not the worst time autosave had failed me. I've definitely lost more than like 8 minutes before. But yeah, this is one of those games that like you can lose everything instantly. So autosave is very, very important for that reason. 100 hours worth of work can disappear in 10 seconds or less. Honestly, an infinite amount of hours of work can disappear in 10 seconds. So, you know, autosaves are helpful. In a way, the entire stream last time was lost due to, like, me not fully understanding game bugs. So it was sort of like a loss of 5 hours. Not really, because it was my fault, not the game's fault. Well, it actually kind of was the game's fault. But now I understand the game bugs and I'm working around them. I should have turned on that volume pump back on the on my furnace. Yeah, no, I haven't lost 100 hours. But what I'm saying is you could lose like an infinite amount of time if you make mistakes. you can blow up an entire base in an instant. Like, my base over there would just take a crowbar to a window and poof, the whole thing would be gone. And that's true of, like, all structures in this game, right? No matter how you build, all it takes is either a wrench or a crowbar, and your entire base is just disappeared, right? It's just, this is the way the game works. There's no concept of, like, safe zones or locking or anything. Wow, Glitch, you almost lost 5 hours? Dang. Yeah, the autosave's breaking. That's just a system that shouldn't break all that often. It's pretty weird that it even does glitch out. Well, no pun intended there. But it does glitch out, because it's like, why? How is it so hard to write code that goes, hey, every 5 minutes, save? I'm sorry, but that doesn't sound too complicated. It's not a tall order. It's not the worst thing I've ever lost. I was working on programming my own video game, and I had, like, files get corrupted and a hard drive blew up. That was a big loss. That was an order of magnitude I don't even want to think about loss. I could dump the one coal, but then I would know that there's just like one coal out here taking up game data. You're absolutely right. I could and should dump the one coal for extra space. But I'm pretty good on space. You know, there's even like debris out here that I should clean up at some point. Not that I think it's doing me any problems, but all right, let's. Actually, it's pretty warm. This might be warm enough for me to process. Yeah, it's processing. Yeah, just wait until the storm flings it into my window. Oh, is it too... Nope, it ran out. It's not cool enough. Yeah, now that you warned me about the flinging in my window, I'm gonna stuff it down this hole here. Need a platform to stand on? Yeah. I just need to grow taller. I mean, look how stumpy my dude is. Even this robot. No, I'm taller than robot. Hey, you. I'm taller than you. You should feel bad. Don't smile at me. I'll get my lasers. Shoot you. Alright, well, if, let me see if I can get a little gold. Because I'll do some gold and copper smelting in the morn. Because I had a partial stack of coal, I'll fill it up so that I don't feel the need to throw it. Because I might even want a solid generator with a belt full of coal when I'm starting to do my smelting, just as like emergency backup power in the basement. All right, come on, gold. Where you be? Uranium? My shiny. Yeah, if I wasn't wearing my giant suit, I would be a little stumpy. I know. Although, that entire robot, one could argue, is just suit. Coal gens output gas. You're right. I would want to set it up in its own housing. You could sell uranium. Who's buying it? North Korea? Iran? The robot? No, I mean, I know the robot's buying it. I'm making a joke. I don't think it's worth selling. Like, as far as I could tell, portable solar panels are really cheap to make, and they're worth about, like, $380 a pop or so. So that might be worth selling. All right, let me dig up a node of gold so I know that there's gold here for the future. Nope, that's coal. Maybe I'm out of gold in this node. No, here it is. And, all right, let's get smelting. So my eyes are gonna burn. You think US buys it? Actually, yeah, the US does buy a lot of uranium. You're not wrong about that. All right, is it processing? Yeah, it's processing now. Go, go, go! Nope, it stopped. Nope, it started again. Oops, keeps stopping and starting. Iron requires a hotter temperature, requires 527, which Venus barely gets to midday. It'd be very, very tough to atmospherically smelt iron. But copper and gold are 327, so they're a lot more simple to atmo smelt. Hey, what is this? Iron that never made it through the chutes. Alright, I'm pulling out the cooler air. Let's flood in the hot air. This should read ingot in a second. That's almost 350. Come on. Alright, it's ingot now. And let's do the gold. Done. Off. Off. And inside, because I'm going to run out of air soon. Don't want to run out of air. Yeah, I got air fried. All right, let me in. How's my base temp? Temperate as ever. Gotta say, the playlist has been letting me down. Well, I'm also thirsty. Alright, so this is the last large battery. Ooh, potatoes gone. I'll work on my corn soup then. The advanced tablet kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm there with you. It's underwhelming. Alright, so here's the last battery I wanted. And it should be laid out like this. Turned on. Glorious. It needs to be wired up. Thanks, Dragon Slayer, dude. I appreciate it. I've been working on the same damn thing the whole time. Just and more to come too. I'm gonna need additional power generation, I think. Like a lot of it. I shudder to think the amount that I'll need, but it's what these projects require. Mega projects. All right, so now this cable is being fed a lot of power. Potential. All right, and then I'm going to do a transformer large with my electrum so that I don't burn things out. There. And back to heavy cable coils, because I'm going to need a whole lot of them. So here's the large transformer, which I will need to put on frames. So I'm just going to remove all the floors for now, just because they're only... Best case scenario, they get in my way, right? All right. Okay, my iron... Oh, I still have iron here. Good. Let's do 4 sheets. And this came out. And 2 frames. Alright, the heavy cable coils, I'm just going to have it go, because I know I'm going to need them eventually. We're getting... Oh, don't pull the battery out. We're getting closer, though. God, I wish the Z level minimum was just a little bit lower. There's the large transformer. Did that set? Yep, all right. Clicking a bunch of numbers. All right, there it is. The maximum. Input, output, good. That is all set. And this is still not music. Oh, don't glitch through the walls. Stackers would be nice. Ain't gonna lie. Alright, next up, we want space heaters. They're gonna be made over here. Or wall heaters, whatever they're called. Iron, gold, copper. That's my iron. Put the electrum back. Copper and gold. I was like, where's my gold? I just made hundreds of it. Alright, so I'm gonna need a whole lot of wall heaters. Am I moving all battery storage to the basement? No. Just for the furnace. The AC battery is next to the AC units still. I mean, it just makes sense. Keep the batteries where they are, rather than some universal battery storage. Maybe the universal battery storage would make sense. It's just not what I'm doing. Hey, Ig. Ooh, I have a drink here. I forgot about it. Wintergate Zero and Friendly Fern. Thanks for the follows. Friendly Fern, I don't know if you're still here. I totally did not say hi to you when you followed. But if you are still here, Friendly Fern, I have a farm full of friendly ferns. These are all friendly ferns here. My friendly fern garden for my friendly fern follower. Hello, heaters? Or heaters. No. Hello, batteries? So, the wall heaters. Wall heaters... Let's get yet another frame down below. You do have a recommendation? You found in your games a shelf above the printers for the ingots work great to store the rare ones. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the validity. Yeah, the nuclear batteries, because they're small and portable and installable, don't hold as much power as like these giant kit batteries, which is like many times the size. But it, you know, they're space efficient, I guess one could argue. So if you wanted to have a ton of power in one tight little space, a bunch of nuclear batteries would be your way to go. It'd be a weird way to go, but it would work. Let me see back there. Yeah, I may have to crack into this to gain access to it. But as you can see, I'm just going to line it with heaters, more or less, to produce, well, heat. If you guessed heat, you were correct. If you did not guess heat, kindergarten called and probably kicked your butt. Oh, I am out of nitrogen filters. Man, I go through nitrogen filters often. It'll be nice when I get the medium-sized filters. Start at the back? Yeah, I could start at the back. I could also just, like, break my way in. I'm not against that. I don't think I need nitrogen gas. I think it all passed through. So none of it was waiting to be filtered. Let's check the other filters now. O2 is at 1%. All right. I think we can retire those as well. I caught it at 1%. I should probably have a, to be honest, I should probably just have a logic reader read. It would be probably easiest to do in IC unit, or IC chips, but to have a reader read and like sound an alarm anytime the filters get to nothing. All right, I don't actually need a carbon dioxide filter though. I'm not looking to gain carbon dioxide. So back to heaters. You thought space heaters were a form of ravioli? Yes. They are a form of ravioli, if by form of ravioli... Never mind. I can't even make that a joke. Base is looking dope. Can't wait to see the furnace. I'm looking forward to firing up the furnace. I'm definitely... It's going to be a big moment, because I've been working towards it for a long, long time. Can you use the chute to shove junk into the vendor? Yeah, I could use chutes. You can use chutes to move anything anywhere in this game. So if you wanted to shove junk into the vendor, easy peasy, you could do chutes to do it. Thank you for watching episode 33 of Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, keep in mind that there's maybe around 30 hours yet to air of this series. If you'd like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has all the information you need. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream.